right, so tell me about your week from our previous meeting to now.
The last meeting we talked about like my work goals and just how I was a little bit nervous to ask off for spring break with my friends.
Almost like you deserve it.
Yeah, almost, yeah. And so she was fine with it. And like,
yeah. So when exactly did you ask?
It was last week, sometime like mid last week.
Is there like a cutoff date for when you need to ask off?
Yeah, usually it's like she'll have like the month and then like a month calendar, and then we're supposed to request like a month in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the employees that are college students. So
oh wow.
Yeah, there's only like 2 non-college students, and they're the only 2 that work full time. So
she kind of has to be
flexible. Exactly. Yeah, like
right.
She knows that like that isn't our number 1 priority.
Absolutely. Well, that's good that she knows that, because she could be the complete opposite and
right.
Demand a lot of hours and you not be able to perform that,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
just a lot of conflict between
right.
the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she's understanding.
So, with this experience of talking to her, asking off, do you feel more comfortable with asking off in the future?
Yeah.
That's good that you felt that you needed to be more, trying to think of the word, other than assertive, like you had mentioned, because that can be really hard.
Yeah, definitely, especially to an authority figure.
yeah, especially a boss and
yeah.
an authority figure.
Right.
So with that being said, that was a short-term goal and you accomplished it, so good job.
Thanks.
But are there any other things that you'd like to work on today?
I guess recently, like something that's been on my mind a lot has been my dad. So, like,
biological or step?
Biological. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, long story short, like he lives up by Chicago, so I saw him this weekend when I visited there. It's because I could definitely call him more and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So when you said earlier, kind of like whatever works for you, do you think that kind of played into
definitely
with your dad?
Yeah. I'm like.
It's almost like you're putting in that effort to maintain that relationship, even though he's still your dad. You still have that relationship with him. It's almost like you're giving more than you're getting back.
Yeah, definitely.
It's frustrating, right?
It is, yeah. Especially because like I'm not, like I said, I'm not a very like needy person or but
so it's kind of a not necessarily a battle, but like a balance of priorities.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. And he's really bad at that. Like.
With that being said, how do you want to go into, your dad? Is this something that you want, like a relationship goal that you want to attain?
I think it's more of like, because like I said, when we're together, like it's totally fine, and it's but I guess what I just would like more effort. But I think that starts with me saying something, because I do think he's oblivious to like how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked my mom's ear off about it, and she's like, yeah, I know, but, like, have you said anything to him? It's like, well, no.
She's kind of pushing you to the action.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it's like, I know that I want to do it, but it's just that, like, action of, like, you need to do it, so.
I'm understanding, this kind of relates to your previous goal of wanting to tell your boss that you want off work, but you just kind of waited a little bit. So do you see this reflecting in your relationship?
Yeah, I'm just like a non-confrontational person. I don't like with a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that conflict just gives tension and stress, and it's just unwanted.
Yeah, exactly.
Unnecessary.
That's how I feel, yeah.
So, how do you see yourself communicating with your father about this?
I mean, like having more of a serious talk rather than just like kind of small talk of like, how's your day, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then just like one-on-one. That way it's like a casual setting, but like a serious conversation almost.
Right.
Yeah.
So where his attention is on you,
right.
Your conversation is solely between the two of you with no extra people around.
Yeah. And like when I thought about
So is this something you see happening when you see him next, like in person, or is this over a phone call? Exactly.
So I think realistically it would be on the phone.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So does he not know at all that you're feeling this way?
I think, well, recently I did kind of like go off, and he was like, oh, okay, like, she means business.
How long ago was this?
It was recently. It was in like the end of January.
Okay.
Yeah. this isn't okay. Like, I'm calling you out on your BS. But
so, what was the reaction from him with the phone call?
Yeah, well, at first it was texting, and then he just like
not necessarily like you said specific things, just
in general.
Hey, I'm here. I feel like, you know, I'm giving a lot in this relationship, and distance isn't easy, and you know, I need you. You're my dad.
Yeah.
So that can definitely be tough, especially emotional conversations.
Yeah.
I feel like those are always really difficult, and they can often be more difficult in person.
That's true.
The phone is just kind of like a screen a little bit. So would it be more difficult for you to do it in person?
Probably, like, cry out of frustration. So obviously I can
that's normal.
that a little bit better when I'm on the phone. But yeah.
Right.
So it probably would be better to just do it over the phone.
So, do you feel as if this is a buildup of things, even though you did call him recently? Is this something that you would like to call him within the next week, month, 6 months, that type of thing? Just kind of trying to get a gauge on exactly when you would like this to happen.
Right. Well, like, recently I started thinking about it just because of what happened. Definitely within, like, the next month, I'd say.
Okay.
I want to call him. Like that. And then now I've, like, kind of finally realized, and I've, like, talked to her about it.
Right.
And she's kind of like, yeah, maybe so.
Like, you're spending that time with him, you're like, oh, wait, I see this.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Before, it was just words. So it's definitely harder to believe words as opposed to actually seeing the action.
Right, yeah.
So, and you believe that this is something that you're able to do? Like
yeah, no, I can. Like, I can definitely, like, talk to my dad, like I said.
And do you believe that this is a goal that is kind of moving you towards a more positive relationship with your father?
I hope so. Yeah.
So what do you see your relationship looking like after this call? What do you hope to see?
Yeah, well, definitely more effort from him. And I just, like I said, I think initially just...
Do you think that he sees how much you value family when you do visit him and when you don't visit him?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just part of our, like, whole family. Like, we're so family oriented, and we always...
And maybe talking about all those feelings, all those pent up anger and just frustration. Maybe that'll, you know, not necessarily open his eyes, because he may be aware of it and just, like you said, out of sight, out of mind. He may make action as soon as you open this up to him. And that, I feel like that will be a really positive thing for your guys' relationship and moving forward. Hopefully seeing a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So, how can we narrow down this goal? So we have, within a month's time. Is this something that you would do sooner if something happened between the two of you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely if something came up, I would probably just, like, lay it all out there.
Yeah. And you don't want to be
less confrontational. So.
Hit him with a ton of bricks.
Right, yeah.
With all these feelings. So definitely, I definitely feel that that's also another part of your goal that you can really work on within this next month, is like sending random texts to just kind of let him know.
Communicate a little more, yeah.
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you said, I don't want to, like, hit him with a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Like, where'd this come from?
Right, exactly. Where'd this come from? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's also coming from a side of, I know that you're feeling things as well as I am. So that more empathetic side, I think that is definitely something that will initiate more action, I feel. So we have calling him within the next month, if not sooner. And this is definitely something, because this is definitely a goal that you can achieve, because you have a relationship with him, and it's not something that if you don't make contact with him, then nothing will happen. And then positive, it's definitely positive because you're trying to not fix, but improve the relationship and the communication between the two of you.
Yeah.
And then it being specific to you and your relationship with your dad and just communication just in general. So
yeah,
I believe that you're on a great start.
Thanks. Thanks, yeah. I'm hoping it will.